What's up, Greg?
Today is a good day. Want to know why, Brock?
I mean, that's kind of what I'm waiting for, yeah.
Because yesterday, we qualified for the International, which is, if you've never heard of it, the largest video game tournament of all time, ever. Obviously, this is like the thing our team has been working for the last year, basically, since last TI. We've been through quite a few rosters since then. Completely different teams, a ton of roster changes, and in the end we ended up with a European mixed team that qualified to TI in pretty convincing fashion. My excitement is not showing because yesterday I had a kind of an overload of excitement, but I mean, this is like the thing, you know, this is what the players have been working for, this is what the organization is working for, and what everyone who, you know, sees the company looks at, because it's, you know, it has a lot of media attention, so it's really great for us on a sort of broader level as well, because it puts us in front of a lot of new eyes, which is always good. Attracting new eyes to our brand is kind of always the goal, and turning those eyes into fans is what, hopefully, this content does. But I'm in it, so it probably won't.
Yeah, it's not looking good. So, like, Europe's the hardest qualifier, though, right? Like, it makes no sense to move to the European region or anything like that.
Yeah, no, obviously not.
Because there's, like, literally zero chance you'll qualify for TI if you move to the EU region?
Yep, zero chance, unless you're misery, and then you will always qualify to TI because you're misery. And that's what you do.
Are you trying to say that, like, people were wrong?
I would never imply that, Harf. I would say that perhaps we had a more holistic view of the situation than everyone was a wasp. Yeah, it's interrupting our filming.
Yeah, I really am not appreciative of that, dude. It won't even sit still enough for me to film it. Piece of shit.
Just being annoying. Yeah, so now we have a bunch more stuff to prepare for, which leads us to our next topic, which is we need new people to work here. We need a wasp killer. We need a guy to tend to our beehives, actually, as well. But in actual hiring related news, we are still hiring quite a bit. We have a couple director level jobs still. Director of content, so helping steer content like this and help guide our media team. So Brock stopped talking in videos and just becomes a silent. No, I would never want that. I would be sad, actually, if you didn't contribute.
Someone please guide me.
Someone please guide me.
Please, for the love of God, help me.
So we still have Director of Content, which is guide that. We have Director of Gaming and Talent, which is to help guide our competitive teams and also help build out an influencer roster. Non-gaming content is going to be something we concentrate on a lot, and also in content production and staffing and talent recruitment as well. And then we have a few other kind of more entry-level jobs. We have Growth Marketing Associate, which is a role about growing our social media channels. Another full-time role that we do have is Product Manager for merchandise, which is basically a concentration in apparel for now, but someone to help manage different projects around things that we can sell to the public. So, you know, right now for us that really looks like apparel, but in the future it could be, I don't know, figurines, backpacks, I don't know. Your sky's the limit. That's why we're hiring someone.
Spaceballs scene where they're talking about merchandising. Right? That's what
you know what's really funny? The whole reason Spaceballs was allowed to be filmed as a movie was because they agreed not to sell anything off of it after they made the movie.
And then they just made that whole joke about merchandising in the movie?
Yeah.
Spaceballs the flamethrower! Yeah. Can we get a Chaos flamethrower for real though?
More likely than a Chaos snake, put it that way.
Sorry, Olivia.
Sorry, Olivia. So we have this product. We have the merchandise role. We also have a video editor and videographer role. It sounds like we're kind of nearing some decisions on those, but those are kind of always, I think, open at least a little bit. If you're ever a really convincing applicant, please send your reel. Yes, your reel. Imagine not submitting a reel for a video editor or videographer position. So if you really want to work with us, you're always welcome to send us our reel, and we're kind of always looking for like contractors here and there, especially for video editors. We also have a couple other roles, which I feel like I'm forgetting about at the moment. We also have a bookkeeper role coming up, which is like a part-time finance role, mostly expenses and forecasting and managing finances and invoices. So that's a really exciting role for someone who really, really likes numbers and preferably has some accounting experience. We have an executive assistant role.
Tell us, what does that day-to-day look like?
So that person's gonna have like a pretty wide range of responsibilities. So you're going to be the executive assistant for any executives we hire. Right now that's mostly me, so you'll help in sort of a lot of my day-to-day stuff, managing my inbox, managing calendar appointments and stuff like that. But you'll also be sort of like the general go-for the operations manager, Olivia, to help her with projects and for her to pass things on to you, and that will probably include booking travel, helping with sort of like office logistics and making sure that, yeah, watering plants for instance, so that's no longer Richard's job. So that's a pretty open role, I think good for someone looking to kind of get their feet wet in esports who has a really good background in being organized mostly. Organized to a fault really is what I say about that role. Quite a few roles for all different levels of experience, so if you want to come create chaos in Atlanta, click the link wherever Brock puts it.
Yeah, something, yeah.
That was my Vanna impression.
That's pretty good framing right there.
That's good. So yesterday I gave a special shout out to 3 people in particular. One of them is Jared, he's our general manager. God bless him, he has spent basically, I would say, this is not an exaggeration, 3 out of the last 4 months out of the country, helping our Dota team develop, grow, and become the team that qualified at TI. So a huge shout out to him. I would also like to say thank you to Robson, who has both coached the team and helped him along the way. He's kind of taken over more as a manager now as well to take some load off Jared's plate and take on a little more responsibility himself. And then the last person is honestly Misery. He was able to put a roster together that performs basically exactly as he said. I mean, I think we have a very decent shot at making a run at top 8 for TI, and I'm beyond excited to see the team do it. So thank you to those 3 people in particular for really making sure that we got to this place, because this was not an easy road. As you guys probably saw from everything that's gone on with our team and roster changes and movement, and you know, we were even recently acquired and really hiring a lot more staff. So there's been a lot of stuff rolling at once, and our competitive teams have not fallen by the wayside, and in fact I think they've only gotten better. So huge shout out to those 3 people. Thank you from the very bottom of my heart for bringing our team to TI.
Travis, you're saying you have actual work to do and you can't worry about houseplants?
My goal is to get this video out today, and it is today.
Nick, you used to work at Twitch. He's here to help Olivia pot plants. Can you think of any other esports teams that have gardening content?
No. Applications that we've received. Growth marketing associate job. I'm forgetting a bunch more. Go to our Twitter, Chaos EC on Twitter, and there's a pinned post that has all of our job listings. So that is that, and I think we probably need to just make a URL.